Okay, but let's go back to part 3 of this. Prohibit discussion of divisive concepts as part of a larger course of academic instruction. What does that mean?
Exactly what it says. I mean, the words on the page are if there's
but what is a larger course of academic instruction?
If you're having a discussion on whatever the case may be on slavery, then you can talk about everything dealing with slavery, the good, the bad, the ugly.
There's no good to slavery, though.
Well, then whatever the case may be, you're right. I didn't mean to imply that, and that I don't believe that, and I know that that's the case. But I'm using that good, bad, and ugly as a generic way of saying that you can teach any factually based anything, regardless.
None of us were around when slavery occurred. We can rely on the history that was written about that time. We can rely on primary documents that we have found, but nobody sitting here on the earth was around when the United States had slavery. So I just
none of us were alive when most of history was written.
History is constantly being written. It is a fluid concept.
How can history? A fact is a fact. So I don't understand what you mean by a fluid. Please explain to me what you mean by a fluid concept.
I'm saying history is yesterday. History is 2 days ago.
And what occurred. That's exactly what I'm saying. We agree on that.
But we can experience the same event and potentially have differing views. I mean, you know that as an attorney, that witness testimony can vary. It comes back to there are divisive concepts that are taught in the larger course of academic instruction, and the first part of this bill seems to contradict the ability that you're allowing them to teach divisive concepts as a part of a larger course of academic instruction. And I think that's when many of the opponents have had trouble reconciling those two ideas.
When you teach a concept and you're giving all sides of the concept, and there's no good side to slavery. I get that. I don't think anybody in this room would argue that fact. I'd be really shocked if they did. But if there's a different concept that you're trying to teach, you teach the concept. You teach as it was conceptually brought in, and you don't give a personal opinion. You don't give a politically based, ideologically based opinion. You teach what occurred, what is generally accepted by the historians in the area, and what's proscribed by the curriculum that the district has chosen.
Which is what we are studying with the Bessie overview coming up.
Exactly. Correct. Yes. That's exactly
so
right.
Then that can be a part of that conversation. But I think there are some events that have occurred that there is no other side to teach, that many, the Anti-Defamation League contacted me about this bill. And they're very concerned with the teachings of what happened during the Holocaust and what happened in Nazi Germany and the atrocities that happened. There is no good side to that. I don't know how you would teach a rounded perspective of that.
If it's factually based in what's generally accepted as being a fact of what occurred in history, you can teach it. I'm just saying you don't take a personal position. You don't bring political ideology in to influence that course of study, whether it's math, history, and that, again, to get back to your question about the curriculum study that's going on right now, that's dealing strictly with social studies. It doesn't deal with any of the other courses of instruction, nor will that touch the training and the different, whatever the teachers and the staff are receiving.